Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
That was almost perfectly a group hi. Awesome. Well,
We've been working on it all week. We
Yeah.
had rehearsals every day.
No, you didn't. But this is the third try of this video this morning. So that's what really happened. So we are here today to talk about season 1, episode 11. All the best cowboys have daddy issues. But first, we're wishing Christy a very happy birthday. This doesn't come out. You're welcome. This doesn't come out until Tuesday, but it's Sunday when we're recording this, and that is Christy's birthday. And you turn 46 today, right?
That's correct.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yes, I can remember because you're 3 years older than me, and my birthday is on Saturday. We are November babies, which is the best month to be born, obviously.
I mean, my birthday's November 14th. I'm a Valentine's Day kid.
Yeah, I know. My same being the 20th. Yeah, your timing is exact, I guess. Yes. So before we get into it, Ben and I have something to tell everyone because that sounded like a pregnancy announcement, didn't it? That was weird. No. As soon as it came out, I was like, no.
It's a gender reveal party. We're about to set our house on fire.
Okay, no. We went out last night. I ate some really good, really cheap sushi and saw some Brazilian music.
Inexpensive. Let's call it inexpensive.
Oh, yeah. Not cheap. Okay, fine. Saw some Brazilian
music. When it comes to sushi, you just need to be like inexpensive.
You're not gas station sushi.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
There's this gas station that has the best pizza ever.
Oh, really? In Baltimore?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's in Columbia near the hospital.
Okay.
Just this one gas station, best pizza in like the Tri-County area.
That's weird. All right. Anyway, so we came home and let our dog out. We have 3. We let one of them out, and I'm like putting my pajamas on, and all of a sudden I hear Ben go, "Holy fuck," or something. I don't know. Tell everybody what you saw.
We let our female dog out first, and she's our mix. She's like a hound boxer mix, and she's crazy. So she came back up, and it was raining out. It was been raining all day, and I thought she had one of her toys in her mouth. And when I kind of looked at it again, it was a possum. So
poor baby.
She dropped it. She just dropped it. She was like at the door. She looked really, really proud of herself. So I ended up letting her in, and then we sat there and thought about it for a while, and the possum was actually playing dead, except that when it woke, I don't know if you've ever seen a possum do that, but you don't see them breathing or anything. If you look really, really, really closely at their midsection, you can see a slight bit of breath. But other than that, it's like mouth was open. It was like,
yeah, it was like, and we were like, oh my gosh, what do we do? She killed it. And then I said, I think, like, just hang on a second, because they do this thing where they look dead. And so we just stood at the door, and it slowly just was like, picked its head up and looked around. What the fuck? Yeah, but then it tried to get away. And it's like back leg is mangled. She grabbed it by the leg, I think. Yeah. Shook
That's
it.
what we think happened. We think she went down there to go pee, found that thing. It tried to get away. She is the killer, so she went right after it, grabbed its leg, shook it around till it broke, and then it probably goes into shock at that point and goes, or says, play dead. And then she grabs it and brings it upstairs and brought a gift to the family.
Oh my God. It was traumatic. Anyways, we're not sure where the possum went. We called animal control while we were waiting. He disappeared. So anyway, I don't know if anybody's dog has ever brought in something that big.
Yeah.
It was oh my gosh, I was in shock.
I've heard them bring like smaller animals like mice or rats, but never a possum.
She can't, a fucking possum. And possums are good. They eat ticks and they're good animals. And I'm still feel terrible about it, but she's a dog. So I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah.
And they pretty much can't get rabies either.
They can't. No. I mean, there's nothing.
They're mammals
that can't. I'm sure they can. It's rare that they carry it. Is what is what it is.
So I said it pretty much.
Oh, okay. All right. Shall we talk about Lost instead of psycho killer dogs?
Yes.
This week it's another Jack episode. And it's another Derek episode, and we get some more of Jack's backstory, and we meet. No, it's not that we meet Christian Shepherd. It's that we get more of the story.
We become more familiar with Christian Shepherd.
Right. We learn more of why their relationship is strained. So regarding that, the ethical question we were going to talk about today is if you knew a family member broke the law or is breaking the law, would you turn them in? Or maybe like under what circumstances would you turn them in? Let's start with Derek.
If it was like a crime against a person, like murder or rape, yes, but anything else, no.
Okay.
Like if it was something violent, I would, but
So violent, so not necessarily murder or rape, not that those aren't violent, but you can have other violent crimes. What if you knew?
no. If it was violent, I would turn them in.
Okay, yeah, any violent crime.
Yeah.
Okay. Ben, what would you do?
A lot of qualifying questions there. Which family member would be the first thing? Do I like them or not? Let's just assume I'm going to say, instead of family member, I'm going to say family member / really good friend, like,
Okay.
Upper echelon of my social sphere. Again, it depends on crime. There's a lot of crimes that I don't think that should be crimes, but I'd say if there's anything going on, like if it's a financial crime and I know it's ongoing, I'd do something about it. If it's any of violent crimes, then I would do something about it. If it's something like somebody was in prison and skipped parole, I wouldn't do anything about it. It sort of depends. Like if they are actually hurting people or like defrauding people or something like that, I'd do something about it.
I see.
Like pulling a Bernie Madoff.
Yeah, exactly. If it's running a scam or something like that, I'd be like, fuck you.
Okay.
Learn that's not right. Go to prison.
Christy,
which is a terrible place to unlearn that shit because our prison system's fucked up. But
Yeah.
anyway.
What would you do, Christy?
Yeah. I agree a lot with what Ben said. A crime, whether it's a violent crime or a crime against a person, financial crimes, those kind of things, I absolutely would. If it was just as simple as somebody, smoking pot, then and it's in a state where it's not legal, I don't care about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it just, I guess it depends on whether or not I agree with the crime.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with the crime.
To be honest, that's
Yeah.
And
Sure, okay.
I will tell you guys a story off the air, but I kind of already did turn someone in who was close to me. So
Really?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Ben, you've heard this story, you just don't remember. Wow, we're just gonna
happens often.
Yeah, we're gonna be vague about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, yes, I do recall that.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like I'd want to tell myself that I would do the right thing and like turn people in, but I know that I wouldn't necessarily. In my second marriage, which was like a psychotic abusive relationship, he was drunk and driving drunk all the time, and I never did anything about it. Because I mean, where I was in that relationship and how dependent I was on him and the abuse and stuff was a whole other thing. But I mean, it was as bad as like he would refuse to let me drive if I was sober, and I just would get in the car. And when I think back on it, it's like, Jesus Christ, maybe I should have done something about that. But yeah, in the situation, like mine is different. For you guys, it was like all about the crimes. For me, it was about the relationship that I was in, that I wasn't doing what I probably should have. But again, to tie it back to the episode, we do, all four of us talk about in the episode, we're all like on Jack's side of what, in his moral and ethical dilemma. We're all pretty certain that in that case, like, what the hell?
But yeah, a drunk doctor. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not, no, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah. I want someone cut me open who's drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so there were a few other things that happened in the episode. So there was one where Derek, you do come up with the idea of putting on the Facebook page a competition between hot and sweaty Kate and wet and drenched Kate. So maybe we'll do that, see what our fans think, which one is better.
All winners.
All
All
winner.
winners.
Yep,
There's
all
I
no,
the
think-
above.
There's
no
there's
loser.
no losers in that race.
I think Ben came up with also walking through the jungle, Kate.
Oh, yes, that's right. Walking.
Yeah.
Okay. You know
Though
what?
Those aren't mutually exclusive. Like she could be walking through the jungle, so
In the
hot.
rain.
yeah.
or
Right.
sweating.
Right.
Yeah.
The combos.
Yeah.
I wish we wouldn't
Yeah.
get sued. Actually, we probably wouldn't because nobody would fucking notice. But wouldn't it be fun to put out like a Kate calendar? Wet and Drenched Kate is like May.
Yeah.
Wi-
Wiggling in a dark closet.
Oh well, now you're into
Little
season
rapey.
two. Into season
rapey.
2 already. All right. So
Yeah.
the other thing is this is the first time that Ben publicly shames me for loving Criminal Minds, and he goes off about unsubs.
Unsub.
Yeah. So that
subs.
comes up more than once, but I think this is the first time where he tries to shame me for that. So I love Criminal Minds.
I didn't try to shame her.
You
I
did.
shamed her.
You just
You
did.
did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna
there was
find-
a try.
I'm gonna find somebody to do a Criminal Minds podcast with me.
Well, the thing is the show's on enough now that I now I recognize like names and I'm like, oh, that's Garcia. Like it's on all the time, so like I don't know all of them.
You know the character
I'm-
names?
I'm starting to know the character names. Yeah.
Well,
I've
back
actually
when I
never
used to
watched
watch General Hospital, Caleb would come home and be like, "So what are Sonny and Carly getting into today?"
Ooh,
And it's
boy.
Still on?
he rolls
Yeah.
his eyes like he doesn't care, but it's because he really wants to know.
Yes. Yeah, Derek, I think it is still on. And there are people that have been on there for like 60 years. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
All the soap operas
Like-
are like that.
Is Shamar
Yeah.
Moore still on there?
No,
I
honey, he
stopped
meant
watching
General Hospital.
probably 16 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, General Hospital.
Yeah, no, Shamar
That's
Moore.
been
No,
on since I can remember.
yes, my grandma watched General Hospital. Criminal Minds.
I remember
and-
Yeah,
Luke and Laura's wedding.
Same. Yeah, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Criminal Minds ended after 15 seasons, so nobody's on it
okay.
anymore. All right, we have
I
one.
remember my grandma. I think my grandma used to watch the Young and the Restless. Like she was.
Mine
all the
watched
time
Days of Our
watching it.
Lives.
Oh God.
Yeah. I remember she'd always watch that.
Oh, your grandma. I thought you meant you watched it.
Yeah, my
I was
grandma. No, my grandmother.
like, oh my God. All right.
I remember my grandpa sitting there in his chair smoking his pipe or whatever, listening to NPR, and she watching that. And I'd be like, "Hey, grandma," and he'd be like, "Leave her alone. She's watching The Old and the Listless."
I'm going to ask this fun question now. Is everybody ready? You have to choose one cartoon character's clothing to wear for the rest of your life. Who do you choose? Christy looks ready. She's ready. She knows.
Linda Belcher.
Okay. Yeah. So
It's
that.
practical. Sometimes she's wearing an apron. I cook a lot.
Oh, that's
So
good. I actually am a lot like Linda Belcher. Burst into songs and act like an idiot all the time.
I sing all the time as I'm walking around the house to
Yeah.
the dogs. Yeah.
So for me, I also picked what I thought was practical. Leela from Futurama, tank top,
Okay.
leggings, boots. It's like an outfit forever. It's perfect. Ben, what he's gonna say like SpongeBob, probably.
Close. Patrick Starr. He just wears like swim trunks all the time. Basically, it's like he's always just like at the beach hanging out, and he just seems like he's got a really cool lifestyle. So in that way, I'm wearing his clothes because I'm assuming I get to adopt his lifestyle as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if we're talking just clothes, then I'd say like probably Elmer Fudd. Kind of survivalist thing, like
Okay, again,
he looks
practical.
like he's yeah, exactly.
Derek, what are you wearing?
Beavis. Yeah, shut up, asswipe.
Shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, shorts and a t-shirt. Yeah, because a lot of cartoon characters in the past were naked or didn't wear pants.
I expected somebody to say Donald Duck.
Yeah, no pants.
God
Wow.
damn, boy has been whacking it in my tool shed.
That movie. Oh my god.
All right. That might be all we have for this week. Go to the website, spacebearmedia.com, patreon.com/spacebearmedia, buy some merch or pledge some money, all the stuff. And I guess we'll see you next week. Happy birthday, Christy.
Thank you.
Did you have something else you wanted to say?
Weren't you gonna read an email?
Oh my God, you guys.
Production value.
Yeah. I'm not reading the whole email.
You can cut it there and read the email next week if
No.
you feel like that's better. Okay.
I feel like I want to talk about it. And you know what happened? I didn't have it on a post-it. I only have it pulled up right here on the screen, but because it wasn't on a post-it, I decided to forget. Yeah, we got a really cool email from a fan. Whew. And I told him, make sure you watch, we'll talk about it. And he's like 2 seconds ago was like, what the fuck? All right, lady. So we got an email from a fan, and he sent us something really interesting, a link to something called the Lost Will and Testament of Javier Grillo Maroc. I mean, I can't pronounce this name. That's probably terrible.
I think he's one of the writers or something.
Right. So it's dated 3/24/15. I'm going to put a link to this in the actual video. So look down there. And it's really interesting. It's a writer from the show. He was on the first 2 seasons, and this is kind of like a memoir of sorts. I haven't read through the whole thing because it's 40 some odd typed pages. But I did skim through some of it, and I want to read one paragraph that I think is really cool. And then you guys, everybody can go check this out. Derek, it has some spoilers from season 2, which we're currently recording. So you might not want to look at this quite yet. But, and did I say our fan's name was Paul? I should say that. I don't remember. This is what happens when I wake up on Sunday and I get high first thing in the morning, as I act like an idiot. So anyways, here's a paragraph from it that I thought was really cool. First, we built a world, then we filled it with an ensemble of flawed but interesting characters, people who were real to us, people with enough depth in their respective psyches to withstand years of careful, dramatic analysis. Then we created a thrilling and undeniable set of circumstances in which these characters had to bond together and solve problems in interesting ways. And I just thought that was kind of cool.
And they created Boone.
So that they could showcase eyebrows in interesting ways.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, so look for this link. Look for this thing. Say thanks to Paul for sending this to us. It's really cool. I will definitely read through the whole thing. I just don't have 45 pages in me, or didn't this week. But send us more fan mail. There's a good thing to say. If you go to spacebearmedia.com/contact, there's a little form. That's how we got this message. It's really easy to send us messages that way. And yeah, so that's really the end of this week, guys. So thank you for joining us. Send us some more fan mail and fun facts, and we'll talk about them. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Hey, y'all.
Bye.